this man named R.Z. Johnson, who ran these colored people off from them, and white people.
That worked for the farm.
That worked on the Eagleton Farm was the name of the farm.
Now he wasn't the owner, he was just the overseer.
Overseer. Some man in Marshall, and
He actually owned the farm.
I used to know his name.
That's the Eagleton Farm, where it came from?
Eagleton Farm.
Now where is Eagleton Farm? Was that close to Mims Chapel or Jefferson or where?
The Eagleton Farm is near Harleton.
Which is
Between
close.
Harleton, I believe it's Harleton and Jefferson.
Yeah, and Smyrna in that area. So he ran them off and they had to leave everything, is that it?
Yeah. So Mama went out there after they left and just picked around and,
Well, you said it was her mother, you told me.
well, one of them's mother looked around and got what they wanted.
Anyway, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
1800s.
One of them's mother went out there and looked around and they wanted that salt jar. But Mama used this salt jar as far back as I can remember. And I'm 80, I think I'm 80.
You're 90.
Oh, hush.
Well, you was born in 1923, and your mama was born in 1883. But you just got to tell me a while ago that her mother actually found that jar in that house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're getting mixed up.
Yeah. My memories are going.
And she died in when?
Oh, your grandmother died in 1892. So she found that salt jar before 1892, you see. And she used it for salt and
She always used it as a salt jar. Fill it up along here with salt. Reach in there, she knew exactly what to pick up to put on a pot of beans or whatever. She just reach in there and get it. And that was it. Didn't have to put no more or nothing. Just what she knew, just what to put in the bean.
and that chip's been broken for a long time, huh?
Yeah, I got a whipping
For what?
breaking that.
You broke that chip?
And a hard whipping at that. Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
It was on, I'll never forget it, it was on the back porch of a big old farmhouse we lived in there on Eagleton Farm. And it had a water shift there. And they'd fill up everything they could find with water because the well was so deep till they'd get some up, you know, and they'd pour that water into anything they could get. And of course I was just a little bitty girl. I don't know, I guess I had soapy fingers or something. And I'd go and pour the water out and dashed it out. And it fell on something and broke that out, and I got a hard whipping for that. Mama would beat you half to death over nothing that you couldn't help.
Yeah.
I never beat my children for breaking something.
Mm-mm.
Unless it was something I told them not to get.
No, you never hit none of those. You should have.
Go ahead and get it and break it, and then get it. Which wasn't very much.
Now you got married in 1939, and your mama moved in with y'all, and y'all were still using it then.
Yeah, right. Sure were.
And
Well, I think we used it right on through. It always sat, you know, like under the shelves of the cabinet.
yeah, but when I was a kid, I was born in 1949, and I remember back about 6 or 7 years old, I remember it being in that trunk. So she had stored it sometime in the early 50s in that trunk and quit using it, you know. Because she had a lot of patterns and stuff stored in that jug.
Oh, I know Mom did. used that far back as I can remember to make biscuit in.
Yeah. Well, this one's not as valuable as that one.
Made sense, this one.
Well, I don't know which one is older, but this is one I want to talk about, is one you're holding. So you had that, that's been in the family since you were born, before that.
I know it.
Since 1800s.
Yeah, it was always Mama's salt jar. Always. And then, even after, well, she come right on the week I got married. She moved right in with me. Your daddy.
1939.
Of course, she brought this jar. It's been in the family ever since.
That jug even went to California. Remember that? In that trunk?
Mm-hmm.
That was in 49 or 48? 1950 maybe?
It went with us everywhere we went. I guess.
Wonder it didn't get just broke.
I know it. It was kind of crudely made, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was made by an ex-slave. His name was, what was his name? Milliken Frazier made that.
Milliken Frazier.
No, Milliken Frazier. He was an ex-slave, and he was living somewhere around Mims Chapel, you know, in that area where y'all were at.
Well, you can tell by looking at it, it's an oldie, huh?
Yeah.